What's going on, workforce? Brian here in today's video talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 4, breaking down my overall experience with the Blackout mode. You've maybe seen the Let's Play that we tossed up here on YouTube, but for the most part, Black Ops 4 Blackout was incredible. Like, this in and of itself was something that I just really never thought that would happen for me, and again, which was actually being excited for a Call of Duty game. The last one I remember being excited about was Modern Warfare 2. That's how long ago it's been since I've been excited about a Call of Duty game. And when they announced this one, they did a fantastic job with the trailer. The trailer for the multiplayer mode, I was like, okay, you got my attention, Call of Duty. You got my attention. And then they followed it up with the announcement that they're going to have a Battle Royale mode. And so the general question that I leave, and the one thing that I'd like to have that conversation with you guys about is, what do you guys think about another Battle Royale game coming into the picture itself? Right now, you've got PUBG and you've got Fortnite duking it out. Fortnite's success, running over 75 million players right now, is phenomenal. And when I look at Call of Duty Blackout, I really get obviously more of the PUBG vibe shifting into that more, I guess, real world style of gameplay. And so when I compare those two, for me, I would say, PUBG, unfortunately, is not the premier game. Call of Duty Blackout played perfectly. I really enjoyed my game time with it. And at the end of that beta, I'm just left wanting more. I'm actually really excited about it. We're talking about if, as a group who a bunch of guys and I play together on Wednesdays, if we're going to move to the new Call of Duty game. And so we're debating that right now, but I have just a hunger for this as a standalone Battle Royale game. I think that's going to be its greatest weakness. That's going to be the interesting thing to see what happens over the next year. With Call of Duty being an annualized series, basically Activision tells me, don't bother spending any money after the fact of this game, because in a year it's going to be all thrown away and you're going to want to move on to the next thing. I haven't been a part of that cycle in a while, so I doubt that I'm going to return to it in this regards. But that's where I think Fortnite has just the obvious advantage. I think one of the things I liked about Fortnite over PUBG was the smoothness of the gameplay and the draw distance. I felt like I was able to get into that game and have a lot of fun really quickly, as opposed to in PUBG, it felt, they were still testing things on it. I've been playing on the Xbox, and it just was not performing that well. And so when I compared the two, Fortnite easily took the cake. Call of Duty Blackout, I think, easily beats out Fortnite in terms of what I like in gameplay itself. I played with two of my buddies. One of the guys, Sad Zebrahead. He's I'll try to include a link to his channel down below. Man, we had a blast. I felt real tactical. It was some of the most fun that I've had playing a Call of Duty game in a very, very long time. And that in and of itself is, I think, one of the really key crowning moments that Treyarch, the studio behind this version of Call of Duty, should be very proud of. They've really delivered a solid game. And by the end of the beta, they got up to 100 players. I know when I first heard it, they were like, oh, it's going to be 64. And then in the beta, it was around 80. And then they went up to 88. And I was like, well, I guess they're testing the waters, which makes sense to see if the Call of Duty engine can handle that. I think it's the Frostbite engine. Don't quote me on that. I'm here to say that, honestly, this is it's going to be an exciting year because they've from the beta, and we'll have to see what happens when the game launches here in October. But from the beta itself, they've really proven that they know what they're doing, and that the gameplay itself, I think, it just speaks for itself. You might not be interested in a battle royale, and that's completely fine. For context's sake, I was bored and not interested in MOBAs, but they're very, very popular, different types of games. And to that, every gamer is going to have their own style or their own preference for that itself. Anyway, just a little bit of context as far as it goes, and that's fine. It's all well and good, but at the end of the day, they've delivered something. The challenges is going to be the fact that what happens next year. My hope is that that this mode is so successful, they just break it out. It just becomes its own thing, Call of Duty Battle Royale, and then they can update it, and then they can incentivize seasons. I think, again, Fortnite nailed it when it comes to their kind of seasonal content as far as it goes, to be able to offer unique rewards that you can kind of buy in. And if you keep playing, you earn obviously plenty of space there from that perspective. I'm really excited to see what happens. I think it's going to be interesting to see if this has any kind of impact on Activision's model, who they are still maintaining that traditional style model that we've come to hate as gamers, as far as it goes, with all the annualized content, with all the kind of throwaway loot boxes and monetary expenses and things like that. I think after last year with EA, it was interesting to see how EA responded, and Activision was like, nope, we're good. This is printing us money. So we're going to go from there. But anyway, I just wanted to sit down and kind of share my thoughts about that, because I think it's an interesting topic. When we talk about the big three, now I would say the big three different, battle royale games. I mean, at the end of the day, are we going to keep seeing this, or is this going to is everything going to fall into a traditional pattern? I guess we'll wait and have to find out and see. But anyway, guys, that's just my thoughts. I'd love to know yours. Sound off in the comments below. Let's have that conversation. Did you get to play the beta? Are you looking forward to the game? Were you somebody like me who pretty much was just done with Call of Duty for a long time? Is this calling you back? I guess to duty. I don't know. Anyway, sound off below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to have that conversation. But for Work To Game, my name's Brian. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.
My life growing up watching Pokemon.
I did.
I'm not hopelessly in debt with a degree that makes no sense. Why did I major in English? It's my native language.
They promised me a job. Like, what the hell, man?
It's like, what's happening? Why?
4.2 economic growth stats they were talking about.
They said English majors were going to be millionaires.
I was promised I was going to be an astronaut when I grew up, alright? What happened?
I literally was, I was like in physics in college, and it was epic, dude. Like, so we were doing some courses, and I was like, I learned that in college, in space, your bones deteriorate. That's why you have to work out. And I learned this as a fact, and I go, I want to go into space. That sounds...
I thought it was your muscles that...
It's your bones as well. Yeah, it's your muscles will deteriorate, but your bones will too. It's your body's like used to it. What's up, Chili? We're just talking and just, oh man, this is gonna be a crazy night. And so we're sitting here, and I was like, I'm gonna be an astronaut. I'm literally gonna go be an astronaut. I call home. I was like, Mom, I know what I want to do. I want to be an astronaut. She breaks down crying, bawling. This is one of the 3 times I've made my mom cry in my life. Never on purpose. Like, I was just like, what happened? That night before I called her, she had a dream that I got lost in space. No kidding. And she freaked out. She's like, you can't go be an astronaut. You got to get lost in space. And I was like, all right, Mom. So because I love my mom, I decided to go become a computer engineer. So I was just like,
an English major.
An English major. They're going to give me the millions. The millions.